Hey, everyone. We are just finishing up getting set up over here. It's really a very professional looking setup. I'm very excited. We have all kinds of lights and things that are currently being adjusted. So just hang in for the next couple of minutes. And yeah, I will probably, oh, hold on. Let's see here. I will probably put my camera, no, I'll leave it on. I'm already here. I'm already here. Okay. So we made it. We're here. Seeing all these familiar faces and all these names that I know and have known over the years. And it just feels so wonderful to be back in this time of celebration and ritual and slowing down and pausing and allowing ourselves to settle. Pardon me while I just take this in for a moment. What a year. We have made it to this point. It's almost the solstice. It's almost the day where we see the least amount of light. We are here. And we have joined together. So we have all joined together over here too. First, we have Eranah, who will be joining us via Zoom. I see you, Eranah. Hello. To give us our tarot reading. And then after that, Hayleigh will lead us through an embodiment of that tarot reading, a gentle kind of easygoing movement practice. And then Gwen will lead us through our contemplative piece, our meditation, followed by Samantha, who will be offering tea ceremony this evening. And finally, Stacey will be offering that sound bath. So just be sure to have your headphones or your external speakers nearby. Well, I am grateful. And I wanted to start off our evening with a poem by Nikki Giovanni called Winter Poem. I feel like I'm reading you all a little bedtime story for Christmas or something. All right, so this is Winter Poem. She wrote, "Once a snowflake fell on my brow, and I loved it so much, and I kissed it, and it was happy and called its cousins and brothers, and a web of snow engulfed me. Then I reached to love them all, and I squeezed them, and they became a spring rain, and I stood perfectly still and was a flower. Once a snowflake fell on my brow, and I loved it so much, and I kissed it, and it was happy and called its cousins and brothers, and a web of snow engulfed me. Then I reached to love them all, and I squeezed them, and they became a spring rain, and I stood perfectly still and was a flower." So let's just allow ourselves a moment to sit here, and maybe your eyes are closed, but they could be open if you want to look around at the squares and see all the folks who have joined with you this evening. Allow your shoulders to relax away from your ears. And if it's been like a hell of a week, you might roll your head around just a little bit and allow the neck to get a little bit more space and the jaw to get a little bit more space. And then we're all just going to take our hands on top of our heart and give ourselves like a little baby bit of a massage, just a little something or other, just to wake ourselves up and to acknowledge that part of our body that has the greatest electricity out of our entire body, more so than our brain. Our heart is the electric part of us. So just a moment here, acknowledging that space. Good. And opening yourself up for this evening and all that will happen and all that you will hear and feel. Welcome. Welcome. I'm really, really grateful. Okay. So I'm going to pass you along to Eranah. Hopefully I can do this without too much. Here we go. I'm going to spotlight you, Eranah. Yay. There you are. Oh.
Thank you, Hope.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone who's here. My name is Eranah. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm so happy to be here and to be with you all and to bring a message through tarot. And I know hopefully all of you guys have your notebooks to take some notes. And I'm gonna pull a few cards. I'm gonna keep it simple, but as we know, everything's simple. Can you all hear me? Just somebody say yes or no. Because I'm looking at my notes real quick. Yes. Okay. So I just want you guys, if you want to jot down the questions that I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask a few questions to Spirit, to Divine through Tarot. And the first card is gonna represent, what am I bringing with me into this season and into the new year from the recent past? Like, what is it that I've learned in this year and can carry with me? The next one is, what am I releasing? What am I letting go of in this season? The third card is, how can I express my spirit more fully? Because this solstice also today aligns with this full moon in Gemini. So I was thinking about expression. I was thinking about communication with some of these questions. So how can I express my spirit more fully? And what ideas or thought patterns need to shift for me? And then I'm going to bring through a helpful affirmation for the new year, for the collective, and then also pulling a card for the theme of 2022. Okay, so hopefully you guys got all that. And if you didn't, let me know. I can repeat it.
What was the fourth question?
The fourth question. What ideas or thought patterns need to shift for me? Or change? Or be released? However you want to put it, you know? Okay. So each of those questions, I'm going to pull a card and just kind of like do the reading. So, you know, as we prepare, just allow yourself to open up to the message. And if you just want to sit and listen and don't feel like taking notes, that's fine too. So I'm going to get right into it. So I'm going to pull a card. Also, I'm using the, wanted to let you all know I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot. So this is a modern take on the traditional Rider-Waite. I had to double check how many cards I'm pulling. 6 cards. Okay. So I got all the shuffling out of the way, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, so what am I bringing through with me from the recent past? Like, what is it that I'm bringing it from 2021 into 2022? And I have the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups talks about choices, and it talks about perception. Things can feel foggy and confusing. Things can seem like you're in a dream world. Now that can be enjoyable and pleasurable, or it can be confusing as to which choice, but there's all these options and choices here. And this image kind of brings up that air element for me, because all of the cups are in the air. They're in this cloud, you know, so it can cause too many choices can cause this mental confusion, or it can cause your imagination to roam the heavens. So when you're thinking about your choices, even in the choices of the things that you ponder and consider and think about. So bringing in with the question at hand is like how are we bringing these choices? How are we bringing these illusions? How are we bringing these dreams? These things that we've been thinking about, the things that we've been putting our mental and emotional energy towards. These are the things that we're bringing with us. So as with anything, our choices and our thoughts can change, and it's really up to us which cup we want to focus on. There's all these little images in each cup. There's disaster, victory, finances, power, beauty, love, mystery. So really we're bringing with us, which is something that hopefully we all carry with us at all times, is knowing that we do have choices. We do have, we always have a point where we can make a choice, and we can make a new choice. So what needs to be released in this season? 9 of Swords. Again, this also represents dreams, but more nightmares and worry and being up at night, insomnia, mental overwhelm. This is also seeing things for the worst as well. So again, these cards actually really are speaking to each other, because it's talking about thoughts and dreams and illusions and the things that we're giving our mental energy and emotional energy to up in the heavens, in, you know, the mental realm, like what we're feeding into and projecting mentally. And so what we need to release is this idea that looking at things in the worst case scenario. Let me look at my notes. The next question is, how can I express my spirit more fully? Okay. With the Lovers, this is beautiful, because the Lovers is the sign of Gemini, and that's what the sign of this full moon is. And again, with the Lovers, we have choice. Now, I think that one of the obvious observations or interpretations of this card, as far as how can I express my spirit, this angel, is through love and connection, and through a new beginning. This is Adam and Eve, and that's you know, in the Genesis, the new beginning, of taking a new path of commitment to something or someone. So having that outlook of this higher calling to love on a higher level, of a more universal love, and making right choices for yourself because you love yourself, but not only because you love yourself, but you love your family, your community. That's why I'm here, and I'm not at Abide because I'm caretaking somebody who has COVID and has been exposed. So I'm staying home to help keep everybody safe. And so making those personal choices that can affect the not only the outcome for you, but the outcome for others, for the other. What thoughts or ideas can shift for me in this new year? 5 of Pentacles. So here we have the Lovers again, but they're kind of, they're walking through the snow and they're walking past the church. So we're coming out of that like idyllic, romanticized, loftier version of love to a more practical, like sticking together through thick and thin. So I think that this is kind of like one of those things of shifting a thought pattern of codependency, however that expresses for you or however that speaks to you. We're meant to be interdependent, not codependent. We are supposed to lean on each other. We are supposed to help each other, but not to our own detriment and not to the point where you're with others in a bad situation, not able to help anyone or yourself get out of it. So yeah, so themes of codependency will be, because you know, if there's another shutdown, there's just like, how in the grander scheme of things, as far as an outlook for 2022, it's like we have been challenged to come together yet stay apart and refigure out and like rewrite the rules on like how do we take care of each other in a charitable sense, because they're outside of a church, you know, they're in need. How do we take care of others in need too? Look at the notes. Okay, and a helpful affirmation, especially in times of feeling codependent or feeling this anxiety with the 9 of Swords. This affirmation will help with the 3 of Wands. My shifts are coming in. I see the future. I see the things that I've planned and created and worked for. I see them coming to me. I stand on higher ground, able to see out to the big picture. I have clarity and foresight. So this is like completely the opposite of this. So hopefully that helps. And then the theme for 2022 is the 9 of Wands. So reflecting the theme of 2021, or like the thing that we need to release, we have the 9 of Wands. So even if we don't get it right or get it perfect, we need to try and try and try. This woman is like, she's a boxer, she's sparring, she's, you know what I mean, she's practicing, she's working, she's hustling. And yeah, there's fatigue and there's overwhelm, and you know, but she has this wand here that she's supported with. And this is also like allowing 2022 to bring endings and to bring you to the end of a phase, however that, you know, happens for you individually. Allow endings to come and allow endings to happen gracefully. Know that you've worked really hard towards things, and there will be some natural endings as well as new beginnings, you know. And I think that that's what honoring the solstice is about honoring endings and new beginnings. And that's why we do this. So I hope that helps everybody, and let me know if you have any questions or anything. I'll take pictures of the cards and maybe we can like post them or send them in an email or something like that. If you'd like, you're welcome. It's my pleasure to bring this message and to read for you guys. And I'm just so blessed and so grateful to be here. Thank you. Thank you all.
Oh, thank you so much, Eranah. That was like, we were over here like gasping, all of us. Thank you so much for those messages. We're going to transition to our next component, which will be movement. We're gonna do some movement now. So if you did happen to bring along yoga props or blankets or whatever, feel free to bring it out and get yourself comfy and situated. And we'll be transitioning to that in just a moment.
You good? Hello everyone. Hi, I'm Hayleigh if you don't know me already. Let's start by standing up. We're all gonna stand up. Really notice the feet on the ground. Let's just take a few moments to come into a full big body. We're gonna do some intuitive little shaking and jostling. So just get into that whenever you're ready. You know, like when you watch a nature documentary and the prey gets away from the predator and it goes, "Wah!" We're gonna do some of that. We're gonna shake away the nightmares, the illusion, the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Swords. It might feel nice to kind of get bouncy with it. Maybe you're more swinging from side to side. Maybe you peel off a layer, get a little lighter. Yeah, and we're just gonna do this for like 90 whole seconds. A good time for our whole nervous system to just reset, not thinking about what it looks like. What's it feel like? Can we loosen up in all of our joints? Notice the ankles, the knees, the hips, the rib cage and shoulders, maybe some stretches with the arms. We can expand, noticing the spine, the elbows, the wrists. Wonderful. Maybe you get some nice little cracks somewhere in your joints. Good, and then we will come to a solid standing. Maybe your movements come just a little more subtle, a little more gentle, a little more focused. We can shift from our toes to our heels. When you drop into your heels, lift your toes wide and spread them, and then place them back down. Nice solid footing on the floor. Shift a little bit to one side, shift a little bit to the other. Evenly distribute the weight from side to side. There might still be little subtle movements here. Just notice how the feet are on the floor. Little gentle bend in the knees. Notice how the pelvis is seated. Can you feel the space between each vertebrae? Take a deep breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Good, we'll do that again. Breathe slowly through the nose and out the mouth. Good, continue to breathe slowly in your own way, noticing any movements in the rib cage as your lungs expand. The belly can expand as well. Broadening through the collarbones, softening in the shoulder blades, dropping through the elbows to the wrists, soft hands. It might feel nice to bring the hands facing forward. This invitation to open up a bit. As our palms are revealed forward, you might notice a little external rotation in the shoulders too, some opening of the heart, of the chest. Soften the jaw. Another breath together, in through the nose, out the mouth. Wonderful. Just stand in your power for a moment. How does it feel right now to stand? Standing present. There's softness, but there's firmness at the same time. When you're ready, gently lift the arms out and up overhead. Pause when they're up there to locate the fingers over the shoulders, over the hips, over the feet. Your head might look up if that feels nice for your neck. Your back might arch if that feels nice. Take another big breath in. Whenever you exhale, dive forward. And we'll hang out here for a little bit. Shake your head yes and no. If you're shaking it no, what are you saying no to? And if you're nodding it yes, what are you agreeing to? Beautiful. In our own way, we're going to inhale for a halfway lift and exhale to come back to the forward fold. And we'll pass this back and forth for a few rounds of breath, doing something in our own bodies, but also something that we're all doing together, just in our own time, in our own pace, shifting out of codependency, right? We're doing the thing, we're doing it together, we're also doing it individually at the same time. So whenever you stop back and forth between these two poses, allow the transitions to be super juicy with your breath. That full deep inhale brings you to one pose and takes you out of the other, while the exhale does the same thing. Good, an invitation to rinse out the shoulders as you do this. So maybe you bring the hands by your low back and interlace the fingers. And then whenever you exhale, you can drop the hands away from you. Just kind of play around with this for a little bit. Some version of this in your own body. Good. Last breath. Really fully release the exhale. Beautiful. Bend the knees generously. Slowly roll up. Maybe you lift the head a little bit. We were upside down for a while, so avoid a head rush. Take your time. Good. Let's revisit Tadasana, mountain pose. How's it feel now versus the first time you stood up? Good. We're going to explore the side body and some twists, but let's sit down first. You can sit however you want. I'm choosing to sit on a bolster. Maybe you have some sort of cushion at home. You're also able to do this in a chair or directly on the ground. Maybe you're in a cross-legged position like me, or maybe you're in Virasana, hero's pose, or however else. Locate the shoulders over the hips and the hands on the lap. Let's keep the left palm down on the lap and rotate the right palm up. Just take a few moments to notice how that feels in the rest of your body, the shoulders, the belly, the face. Did your face have an expression on it? if you have chronic holding patterns like jaw clenching or shoulder shrugging or anything else, just allow each exhale to release that. Even throughout the rest of our time together, if that pops back up and you notice it, just let out an exhale, an opportunity to release it. Let's take a few moments to contemplate community and those that have meant a lot to us this past year. Envision that you're holding all of your love for these beautiful, juicy community experiences you've had in this right hand. And then bring that hand to your heart space. Connect the palm to your chest. Maybe even bowing the head in gratitude. Can you feel the beat of your heart? Can you notice your own internal rhythm? We'll breathe together again, slowly in through the nose and out. Beautiful. Let's lift the right arm up now. And we can bring that left hand either on the ground or chair. It will be our stabilizer. Let's locate the right wrist over the shoulder, over the hip, and inhale. Exhale, lean to the left. Stay rooted in your right hip. Just a side body stretch here. It might feel nice to bend the elbow and allow that hand to support your head, or maybe even press on it like a little assist. Notice how it feels to drop that shoulder back a little bit, like a little upper rotation, so the chest lifts a bit. Good, one more breath. Fully release the exhale. When you're ready, we'll come to center, and we'll bring that right hand to the left thigh. And we'll notice this twist from the bottom up. So notice how the hips are facing forward, but the low back's starting to curve to the left. Maybe you bring that left hand behind you a little bit more. Noticing the mid-back, noticing the shoulder blades, the collarbone. You might even twist in the neck as well, bringing the gaze over the shoulder. Allow there to be space between the shoulders and ears. Take about 5 deep breaths. Good, one more. Beautiful. Unwind. Come back to center. Right palm down, left palm up. Settle into this on your lap for a bit. Just take a moment to integrate. Notice how the body feels right now. Reflect on all the growth you've had personally this year. So with the right hand, we honored our external love. Let's honor our internal love. It's the ways we've developed our own self. Feel that in your left hand as if you're grabbing it. When you're ready, place the palm on your heart. And again, maybe a little bow of the head, honoring your own self, your own path this year. All of the ebbs and flows you've worked through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll take a breath together. In and out. Beautiful. When you're ready, the left hand lifts. We locate that nice long line. The right hand's our stabilizer. When you're ready, you can inhale for some extension and exhale for that side body stretch. If you did one thing on the other side, you don't have to do it on the other side, on this side. You don't have to be a perfect mirror. Our bodies aren't built that way anyway. For example, the heart is not in the center, right? So we are not fully symmetrical. So just listen. What does this side want? Be in it. Notice any chronic tension. Release it with your exhale. Take one more breath. Beautiful. Release. And we'll come to our twist. Left hand to the thigh. Scan the body, scan the spine specifically from bottom up. Noticing how deep you're able to get in this twist. Generous breaths. Good. One more breath. Beautiful. Come back to center. Both hands facing up in the lap. We can do Shin Mudra, bringing the thumb and the first fingertips to touch. Softening in the other fingers, but allowing them to still be extended. We'll scan the body again. Notice the parts of the body touching the floor or the seat or cushion, whatever you have. Just that downward grounding sense. Notice the length of your spine. Notice the top of the head. Standing in your power, a seat of authority. Allowing the fiery wands cards that we ended our tarot reading with to bring us light and heat, to help sustain our energy as we move forward. Notice how your body feels right now as we're getting deeper in this practice. We'll bring one hand to the heart, one to the belly. Doesn't matter which one goes where, you can choose. Can you feel the breath underneath both of these hands? Feel free to play around with that, with these spaces, with your own breath. Your heart rate, maybe it slowed down a bit. always end my practices by chanting Om with people, and it feels wrong to not do that, so we're going to do that. And it's an invitation. If you are choosing to chant with me, we'll inhale and sigh to synchronize our breath, then the next breath leads to chanting. Wrap your arms around yourself for a little hug. So the one arm is now by the hand by the shoulder, the other by the rib cage. You might even bring the head down and in a little bit. Hug yourself. I'm hugging you all too. Good. We'll take our time to continue to transition through this practice.
Hi, everyone. I think we just adjusted the volume a little bit. Can you all hear me okay? Can I get a few
we can
thumbs
hear
up?
you now.
And maybe right now is a really good opportunity to adjust the volume yourself and maybe the brightness of your screen. Thank you so much. Because I think that the first thing that we're gonna do is make your room or the space that you're in as dark as you are comfortable making it. So you might get up and turn off your lights. And we'll turn off our lights. And we all begin to settle into the darkness together. We all begin to settle into the darkness together. And you can choose to be seated or lying down. And maybe if you have a journal nearby, you might have it nearby. If you have a candle lit even, you might blow that out too, depending on how much darkness you can enter. What is our willingness and our capacity to enter into the darkness? I feel the electricity of my heart beating in my chest. Do you feel the electricity of your heart beating in your chest? Are we here now? And what does it mean to be here and to share this space? A choice we've already made, something we're choosing, breath to breath and moment to moment. Now and then now again. Here and then here again. Hi, thank you for being. Hi, thank you for being here. And maybe you press a hand to your own body, a hand to your heart space, a hand to the belly, palms over your eyes. this form in the formless dark. And holding yourself in the space of your body. Hi, thank you for being here. And can you repeat those words? Transmit some language on the breath, transmit some language through the palms of your hands. Feel yourself breathing, your heart beating. Is this what here feels like? And for a moment, maybe we don't need to anticipate what happens next. When the light will come, when the spring will break. It's there, already pulsing beneath the surface. Never quite as separate or quite as far away. And in the darkness of winter, the season of nature and this season of life, take only what you can carry. Maybe not even that. And in the darkness, we set everything down around us. And that doesn't mean that it disappears or we disappear. But can we lighten our load? What cup do you choose to drink from? And maybe the next breath comes a little bit longer and a little bit slower, and you sink your weight back and you sink your weight down. That you could lay your body in this whole year down to rest. And each breath a stepping stone towards an arrival that maybe we'll never quite meet. Everything in cyclical motion, everything still changing, everything a wax or a wane. And Earth spins on its axis and our body moves with breath. Our mind thinks, continues on because that's what minds do. And we can choose to keep entering a little bit deeper. And our commitment to ourselves, our commitment to this experience, our commitment to seeing the darkness through. To holding ourselves through it. If the hands have left direct connection to the body, maybe they come back again. What does it mean to see ourselves through it? What does it mean to nestle in closer and closer to our heart? And the veil is thin between days, and we keep choosing and choosing again what it is we'll remember. What it is what is worth keeping. What cycles have completed, what we honor, prepare for burial. And so we find the tiniest spaces in between. And maybe you sink back in your body and down in your body a little bit more. A trust fall into this breath and the next, this moment and another, all the way until tomorrow. Because what does it mean to navigate in the dark? What does it mean to navigate in the dark? We'll stay here just a little bit longer, as long as we need to sometimes. And out of all the words I want to say, all the words I want to share with you, it's the ones in between them, the spaces in between them, that becomes the reason we're here. And the space for the thread to weave through our togetherness, that we are here together. that somehow we have found each other. And what that might mean in the scheme of things, that even here in this moment in the dark, that we are not alone. Maybe our last 7 to 10 breaths. And even in the dark, even in the quiet, life pulses all around us. The yang energy, the light just waiting to return. These are the moments right before. These are the moments right before. From everything that you laid down, what can you allow the ground to continue to hold? What do we bring into the light with us? What do we store through winter? What will fertilize new growth in the spring? And what does all this mean to you, to be here now and together? To hold the darkness before the light, to honor them both, to honor them both. The next few minutes are for you to finish the cycle of contemplation, to integrate or to process, to move or to rest. We're going to take a break for about 5 minutes and give you the chance to get a cup of water or prepare your hot water for tea if you'll be taking tea with us, to relight or reintroduce the light you are ready to bring back in, or to allow yourself to linger in the darkness. Hi, we love you. Thank you for being here. Place your hand to your own heart and tell yourself that one more time. Thank you for being here. And together we weave our way into what happens next. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Hello everyone. We are going to sit with tea. If you picked up the tea from either Hope's or here at Abide, if you have that nearby, and some kind of drinking vessel, some kind of hot water, that's great. If you're just drinking a bag of tea or water or whatever you have is just fine, but if you want to just have the tea and the vessel and the water on hand. A tea ceremony can be so many things, but for our purpose this evening, it's just going to be an opportunity for presence, connection, slowing down, and just remembering. The tea that we're drinking, if you have what we're having, it's called Flight, and it is a red tea from the Sun Moon Lake region of Taiwan. And it is a chance, tonight is a chance to shift our perception of tea as a beverage to tea as medicine. So I'm just quickly going to read a little passage that will get us in the zone, so to speak. If you want to close your eyes, go right ahead. If not, that is just fine as well. This is a passage from Thich Nhat Hanh. Drink your tea slowly and reverently, as if it is the axis on which the world earth revolves. Slowly, evenly, without rushing towards the future, live the actual moment. Only this moment is life. You must be completely awake in the present to enjoy the tea. Only in the awareness of the present can your hands feel the pleasant warmth of the cup. Only in the present can you savor the aroma, taste the sweetness, appreciate the delicacy. If you are ruminating about the past or worrying about the future, you will completely miss the experience of enjoying the cup of tea. You will look down at the cup and the tea will be gone. Life is like that. If you are not fully present, you will look around and it will be gone. You will have missed the feel, the aroma, the delicacy, and the beauty of life. It will seem to be speeding past you. The past is finished. Learn from it and let it go. The future is not even here yet. Plan for it, but do not waste your time worrying about it. Worrying is worthless. When you stop ruminating about what has already happened, when you stop worrying about what might never happen, then you will be in the present moment. Drink your tea slowly and reverently, as if it is the axis on which the world earth revolves. Slowly, evenly, without rushing toward the future. Live the actual moment. Only this moment is life. If your eyes are closed, we'll go ahead and keep them closed. If not, I invite you to do so. We're just going to do a quick meditation to drop into our senses. Starting by just noticing our breath, not trying to change it, not judging it. Next, start to tap into your ability to hear. Hearing my voice, hearing any background sounds in your space, any background sounds in our space. Just noticing everything that you can hear or can't hear. Even with eyes closed, tapping into the ability to see whether it's actually physically seeing the inside of your eyelids or maybe what's behind your mind's eye. Imagination, envisioning the future. Dropping into our sense of smell. Maybe you smell just the scent of your own body. Maybe you have incense or candles. Maybe the smell of wet earth from the rain, but just noticing anything that you smell. And tapping into the sense of taste. Maybe moving your tongue around and tasting the inside of your mouth. It could just be that simple taste of your mouth. It could be something that you ate or drank recently. It could be a memory of something that you've tasted. Just really tapping into the ability to taste. And lastly, the sense of touch and sensation and feeling. Feeling your body on whatever surface you're sitting on. Feeling your clothes and the air on your skin. Feeling the air moving in through your nostrils, into your lungs. Your heart beating and the blood coursing through your veins. All of these things that remind us that we are alive and we are all here. If your eyes are closed, you can go ahead and open them and just keep that connection of your senses as we move on to our tea drinking. You'll see me preparing the bowls here for those of us that are present, and you can do the same by just sprinkling the tea into your vessel if you're using what we have here, or just holding your mug of tea, your glass of water. First, I will rinse out these bowls just as tradition, and then you can just follow along as I put the tea in the bowls. You can use as little or as much of the tea as you'd like. And this is the most ancient way of drinking tea. So in that way, we are connecting to ancestors in the broad sense that we are all human. Go ahead and pour your water if you're following along, and we're just going to sit in silence. Even if it's a little uncomfortable, and allow the connection to bridge over time and space, remembering to keep connected with our senses. If you're still drinking your tea, feel free to take your time, no rush in finishing. And if you're using the leaves that we are here, they can be rebrewed multiple times, even just in the bowl as they are. So if you want to keep drinking tea as we continue with the night, that is an option. Or if you want to use your leaves in another way, plants love them in their soil. You can make them as an offering to the earth. But I invite you to carry this sense of presence and noticing outside of our circle here today. If you'd like to place a hand on your heart just to connect us a little further, remind us of our humanness and our connection, not only to each other, but to this amazing earth that we have the privilege of living on. Tea as a representation of the earth, as medicine from the earth. Thank you all for having tea with us. And we will take another quick break as we transition to our sound bath.
Hi, thank you all so much for being here with us. I invite you to settle in to whatever position feels most supportive. You may be sitting or lying down, letting yourself listen to what your body is wanting and needing, however that changes from moment to moment. And just letting this be a time of honoring yourself in this way. What do you want? What do you need? If you have headphones or external speakers, that will allow you to hear these sounds fully, so I invite you to use those. And I'll just start by toning a few of these bowls, and you might check your volume and adjust if you need to. Tune in to the sounds that you hear, the sounds of the instruments, my voice, your own breath. Allowing your body to shift as you need. Eyes closed or open, whatever you are wanting, needing, whatever is true and right for you. You might allow a few of your breaths to be exhaled through your mouth. Perhaps to have a sound.
give your voice permission to have a sound at any time. If there is a sigh or a hum or a groan, if there's any sound that wishes to be expressed, could you give yourself permission? Could you give your voice permission to be heard? As you breathe in, feeling what in you is spacious, what are you allowing, what are you cultivating? What is being planted in the earth to rest for now? Allowing yourself to feel into the back of your body, parts of you that are connecting with what is beneath you, supporting you, holding you. Feeling our connection with this earth, holding us all. Air giving us life, connecting us with each other and with all that breathes. Feeling the breath nurturing, nourishing, tending the fire of our life force. The light that brings life. Feeling what in you is fluid, is in motion. What is behind us that carried us here to this moment. Feeling what lies ahead, the great mystery. And allowing each inhale to be an invitation into here, now. Allowing yourself to feel your place in the family of things. Noticing your heartbeat. Noticing the sensation of the air on your skin. The air becoming your breath. Finding the pathways through your body. Feeling your life force in the fingers and toes and the crown of your head, all the pathways in between. If you would like to begin to find small movements, you are welcome to, but just checking in with yourself, with what you are wanting and needing. You could stay lying down if you're lying down. If you would like to close the circle with us from sitting, then in the timing that feels right for you, you can make your way there. And we will take another short break as we transition to our closing. So take care of yourself in these moments in the ways that you need, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed our evening together. I know that I sure did. And I just wanted to invite all of you to put a little something in the chat that I might read out loud. Traditionally, at the end of our solstice celebrations, we have a time of sharing. It's a little hard to do all of the highlight everybody's voice, but I would be really happy to read whatever comes up here in the chat box. So if you have anything you'd like to add, any reflection, just type it in and I will read it. Okay, I'm seeing Kitty knows what's up. Thank you, thank you. This has been so lovely and just what I needed. Yes, I think everybody can relate to that feeling on some level of needing a sense of grounding and a sense of togetherness and this sense of ritual. Patty says, peace be with you all. Yes. Yeah, so sharing is completely optional. I'm going to remain here for a little while more. Good. Thank you for bringing us together into the present, into our bodies, says Cami. Hi, Cami. Eranah says, thank you, everyone. Sam, that was my first official tea ceremony. It was divine and beautiful. Thank you all. Thank you for helping me be present in the dark, says Molly. Casey says, full of gratitude for the healers in this space, love for myself and a sense of peace. Thank you so, so much for offering this. Laura says, such beautiful practices and lovely to see what each person brings today. Thank you all. Linda says, thank you for the joy, compassion, and community. Oh, Linda, thank you for you. Thank you for all of you showing up. Tim says, I feel like I know which way is north now. There's a magnet in my compass and a glow in my heart. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Tim. Nicole, full of gratitude. Many thanks to you all, the dark and light, and he honors the dark and light in all of you. Yes. Patty says, I will take more notice of my tea time. Yeah, such a simple way to slow down. So much beauty in just a simple cup of tea. Sarah says, every individual brought so much. I really almost don't have words. It was such a beautiful interweaving to bring us all home to ourselves and a deep connection to each other. I'm so grateful. Grateful too. I'm like a little teary-eyed. Deb. Oh, hi, Deb. Thank you for this community support as we wind our way through the darkness. Yeah, we're in it. We're all in this time together. We all have different lives and we all have different ways of managing things, but we always have each other. Thank you for that reminder. Would y'all like to come over and pop in? Tim says, sorry, I have more. The line about tea shifting from beverage to medicine hit hard. Really important to hear. Don't apologize for adding more. Yeah, I think that having that reverence for what we do, like our everyday stuff, is medicine for sure. We're all so beautiful. Oh, being beautiful people. It feels so weird to read that out loud. Sending so much love to you all. Yeah, and out to all of you as well. Man, that lovers card when that came up, did anybody else like that? I know I did. That felt so important to hear. That's so crucial. Yeah, and I love the through thick or thin thought too. So yeah, Eranah says it's true. Tim says the tarot helped me exhale this year away. Yeah, much gratitude to all. Hey. Y'all are literally glowing. Yeah.
It's all the light from Brad. Thank you.
Brad, come poke your head in. Oh, yes. Yeah, Brad is the secret sauce, for sure. Keeping us all well lit.
Thank you so much, everyone. What a special evening.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We love and appreciate you. Oh, right. Well, I guess signing off for now. If I can figure out how to. Love you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Aw.